that does not make any sense to me.
Right.
As we're watching Ryan Greenspan and Alex Frazee just run down and handle the last two players. So Justin Schwartz grabbing that flag, and he's going to hang it. So nice point by Dynasty. And the Russians continuing to struggle. They're not getting out off the break. I think Britnikov got shot off the break. And just dying out of their bunkers, not holding their lanes. I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense. Just doesn't make any sense. I'm wondering, I'm trying to figure it out and talk through it, but it's not the Russian team I'm used to seeing.
No, normally you see them shoot 1 to 2 guys every game without fail on break. That hasn't been happening. People are running pretty lawless on him up and down the field. That normally doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what to say. Now, Dynasty, on the other hand, I was talking to Alex Frazee earlier, just right before the start of this match, and, he seemed pretty confident. He was very disappointed in their loss, but, they had 2 dumb penalties.
Right.
And then, they had a couple points where some of their guys are just kind of got shot out of spots, like Angel got into Snake 1 on a pretty crucial point and got shot out of that spot. And Angel's played very well for him, so far this event. The cool thing about Dynasty, when you're looking at Dynasty stats, like they have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they have 6 of their guys with more than 20 confirmed kills, which is pretty impressive.
That's very impressive.
Which means that out of 8 guys, that, a majority of those dudes are contributing, you know, so that's pretty impressive. And the highest kill count for them is Ryan Greenspan with 26. Todd Martinez has played great this event.
Right.
Todd Martinez has played really solid this event, so it'd be cool to see him step up and, I know he's not too fond of the Russians. It's also cool to see Johnny Perchak back on the team.
It is. It's kind of weird. We've seen him bounce around a little bit, quit for a while, then went to Ironman, and now he's back with Dynasty.
Yeah, and he's with Infamous for a little bit, too.
That's right.
All right, so let's see if the Russians can get out alive. So they got Matt Blonsky back in there now, Dave Baines, Justin Rabikov, Mishka. And they're running Sergey again.
Yeah, we got Angel, Perchak. Can't tell who else is out there. LJ, Yosh, and Todd.
It's Yosh, so Yosh gets in there. Davey Williamson.
Looks like Davey just got shot.
So Rabikov into the 50-yard line. Snake, nope, finally got shot out of there, so they're shutting him down. Now, I also talked to Alex. He knows that Justin's been having a good tournament, and they're going to put a lot of pressure when they know that Justin's in on this side to stop him and then stop Blonsky from getting up in those pins.
As well they should, and it looks like they're breaking out real soft on the Snake side. They only sent Angel to the cake, and they had 4 guys pretty much on that Dorito side. It looks like LJ's just going to work.
Yeah, LJ's going to work.
That's G4 already, and he's going to finish off this last guy.
And it's just Mishka left back there, and he's going to trade out with, oh, no, he didn't even trade out. Chuck Sweeze got him, LJ. Yep. So 2 quick points for Dynasty, and the Russians continuing to struggle. They're definitely identifying the threats, and that they're good at that sort of stuff. To me, this is a test of Boston's toughness, mental toughness, to come out and lose a heartbreaker like they just did. And they've been, trying to, again, this is their job, man. A lot of those guys, when they're back in Russia, this is what they do for a living, and their coaches are really into it. I mean, they have massive meetings, like they have, they got Trevor working for them doing stats. They got, they have a lot of assets to their program. So this is very important to them, and it just is kind of shocking to me to see him to come out and just not really perform at the level we're used to seeing him perform.
Right, they almost seem unprepared for this tournament, which is very rare. I mean, they've had a lot of off-season time to work on it, and they've been grinding in the off-season.
They even went and played yesterday.
Right, all day yesterday.
They practiced yesterday. So yesterday was Friday, right? Yesterday was Saturday. They didn't have any games yesterday because they'd played their 4 games before, and they went and at some local field and practiced some local team.
Right.
That's awesome.
It is very cool.
That's awesome. It didn't help them today.
Obviously.
That's weird, though. I don't know. Is it just maybe when you play paintball so much, sometimes you kind of lose that fire, and it becomes you just don't have that I want to kill somebody mentality. When you get out there on the field, you don't want to go stick somebody, and I don't know. It's just weird. I'm trying to put my finger on it, and I just don't get it.
Yeah,
I'm baffled, completely baffled at the Russians' inability to do some of the fundamental things they're used to doing. Shooting guys off the break. They're normally great at shooting guys off the break.
Haven't seen a lot of Dave Baines out there in this game, have we? Haven't seen him once yet?
I think he played that last point.
Oh, okay. And then Dave is just a killer on the break. That guy shoots a guy almost every game.
Yeah, that's very true. Looking at complete total points played for Dave Baines. Dave Baines has only played 22 points.
And that's
so
odd.
they played that one kid 38 points, and they only played Dave 22 points.
Looks like we're at a 5-on-5 breakout.
Yeah,
which is odd.
5-on-5 breakout. Mishka getting up to that center Dorito. Let's see if he can clock in. They got, looks like they got Tom Martinez and Johnny Perchek stuck in that back center trying to get out of there.
And the Russians lose their snake corner.
Or Davey Williamson, my bad. The Russians continuing to get eat up over here.
Absolutely no snake left.
They lose Britnikov, and they lose the new guy.
Looks like somehow
Pavel.
Johnny got picked out by the Dorito 1, so
Johnny got picked off. So Alex Frazier's still alive, though, here in the snake.
looks like we have a 4-on-2. Greenspan
And here
about
comes
to run down.
Greenspan. He's about to take down Mishka. Trades out with him. That was a good trade. And there's still one player left alive. I don't know if Frazier knows where he is. He's going to go hunting.
It's a 3-on-1.
It's a 3-on-1. Here comes Davey now. Davey's got the ball on this one. He needs to come up here and... Davey got caught.
Oh, that's one thing with the Russians. They're going to battle you out of there. They're not going to just lay down.
Who's over? Is that?
Is that Kirill? No, who is that?
That's Justin.
Yeah, it is. That's different, playing the Dorito side.
It's weird, though. He's always the last guy left alive.
Well,
It's frustrating. You know, I'm just so used to the Russians just getting out there and handling, that it's just kind of strange. Dynasty's in form right now, though. They're definitely, and maybe I don't want to say it's that Boston's playing bad. I mean, it's kind of, you could easily want to say that because of, they don't have any points and they got destroyed by Philly.
Right.
But maybe it's just that Philly's playing so good and now that Dynasty's playing so good because they're shooting guys off the break. It's hard if you're Britnikov. I mean, it's not like you don't want to go out there and you don't want to play good.
Right.
But if you're getting shot when you're going to your bunker,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the Russians used to do to people.
Exactly.
I mean, they play so good on their break sometimes, bouncing paintballs off bunkers, and you just can't live.
Exactly. And that's not what Philly's doing, actually. When we played them, we were having that problem. So we had to quit playing the fingers completely because they were shooting bounce shots in there. And it's just, and they were shooting a lot of us on break. They're playing very well. I was surprised to see Philly come out and just, they look toned. They've been practicing and practicing.
Dude, they work out a lot. They practice all the time. They have grinder practices, too. I mean, they're straight in there a long time battling each other. We got a replay on this last point. Let's check it out. So there's Rabikov. Just the last one left alive, and he just had the sixth sense about Davey trying to come get him. Awesome job. He's able to do that, and then he tries to sneak out, but Alex is in his back bunker. There's really nothing he could do.
Right.
So he walks off, and he's got to be frustrated because he's leaving his heart on the field right now, man.
Yeah, he's been playing good the whole tournament. And
Yeah.
nothing but good things to say about Justin. He's a good kid, too. Very, very well-mannered, respectful.
He's really become a really good guy.
Absolutely.
He really has. So there's going to be timeout for Boston. Great time to call a timeout, too, because they need to figure out what's going on.
They've got to regroup now.
They got to get out alive. I mean, I don't know if they need to stop, hold up a guy in the center, put Dave back out there.
Right.
Try to get Dave to shoot somebody off the break,
Well, if you watch Dynasty play us, that's exactly what happened. We ran up 4 points on them real quick, and they adjusted, and they started shooting the snake side. We couldn't make it out, and they won 4 straight points, and that's kind of what's happening to the Russians right now. They're not making it out wide, yet they're still trying to force it.
Yeah.
And Dynasty's just picking them off. Davey has been shooting guys on the break nonstop.
Yeah, Davey's been playing well. Todd's been playing well. Dynasty is playing for 3rd and 4th right now, but they played good. I mean,
they really did.
When they came out and they smashed the Hurricanes.
Right.
And they had to do that to make it in. And you normally know the Dynasty's going to play well when that happens,
Right.
You don't want them to squeak in. It's funny, I was up here with Oliver at the end of the day for the Hurricane game in your guys' game.
Right.
And he said, he's like, I guarantee you, I'll bet you $1,000 Dynasty makes it in. And I was like, really, $1,000? He's like, $1,000. He's like, I'm not even really sure what's going on with the points, but just knowing that the paintball gods like Dynasty for some reason.
Right.
So we've got about a minute left to go here. So what's going on with X Factor, man?
Just grinding it out. We didn't have the opportunity to practice any pro teams before this event, and I think that kind of hurt us.
You didn't look bad, you know what I'm saying?
No.
But you didn't look as good as you guys can play.
Right. We weren't refined at all. Our first match against Philly was just a complete, mess. We had nothing going right. Yes, and it showed on the field.
But other than that, though, I mean.
Right. Well, that one game, put us out. It put our point spread so far in the negative.
I know.
We were in a do or die against Aftermath, and then we got several penalties, and then that turned into a blowout also. But
yeah, penalties haunted you guys because that's how the first game got away from you guys.
Exactly. That's one of those things we got to tighten up on. Majors it's just a race to 7 now. You don't have time to adjust. You don't have time to recover. It's like Right now, Boston's sitting in a hole of 3-0. They're already almost halfway to the final score.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
with 16 minutes left.
right. Exactly.
All right, so we got 15 seconds to go here for the start of this next point. Let's see if Dynasty can continue to put it on Russians right now.
And yet, no Dave Baines again.
All right, the breakout. Let's see if the Russians can get alive, and they send. Who is that? Is that
Berdnikov? You just got shot out of the corner. J-Rab just gets shot on the cake. So once again, this snake side is just getting destroyed, and they cannot make it out here alive. Same thing that Philly was doing against us and Dynasty when they were winning those
Here
points.
comes Blonsky, Matt Blonsky, able to make it out. So he's spreading the field now. Look at Dynasty. They're playing slow, playing very slow, methodical right now. They're up they're up 3 points, and they just shot a bunch of guys. So they're just going to take the spots.
Yeah, there's no need to rush this. I mean, they're up 3-0. They don't want to make a stupid move and get a penalty or something silly like that.
So Alex's gun is down. He's got his barrel off, and he's trying to get something going over there. That's a pretty small bunker to have your gun down in, too.
Yeah.
But Angel's, he's got his gun up and rolling, and he's going to try to run the highway right here. Nope, he's just making a little bump.
Angels have been playing phenomenal this whole tournament
Yeah,
as well.
Angel's solid.
Oof.
Oh, crossfield shot by Justin Swartz. Ooh, rung his bell a little bit.
Yeah.
Those ear shots hurt, man.
That'll wake you up, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So 4-0. When's the last time you seen this?
Man,
I don't ever remember seeing it.
confused.
I don't
like,
know.
and not only is it 4-0, but add in the last game, and it's I don't get it. I mean, they came into today 4-0.
Right.
They practiced on the Saturday they had off.
Right.
And I'm boggled. I'm speechless.
And none of these have even been close points. I mean, it's not, a 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 that they squeak out. I mean, Dynasty's just pretty much
They're shooting them off the break bad.
Yeah, real bad.
And then even when they start to lose some guys, it doesn't matter because they're winning their gunfights too and they're making the moves.
Exactly.
But really, it has been the break. They are doing to the Russians what the Russians normally do to other people.
Right.
And they're just destroying people off the break. So yeah, Dynasty well on their way to taking a third place here. I mean, there's a ton on the bright side for Boston with the way that the format is, because the time doesn't run off. You could look at it this way. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, we're down 4, but let's go on a little 4-0 run ourselves, and there's just a ton of time left.
And that's absolutely in Boston's league. I mean, they
No,
do
that's
that all
Boston.
the time.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not really it's a scary situation, but if any team's capable of coming back from this, that's the team to do it.
It's going to be them they have to shoot Dynasty off the break.
Absolutely.
If they're not able to shoot Dynasty off the break, it's going to be curtains.
Right, because Dynasty will just slow the game down just like they did last point, not make any moves, not give them any dumb kills, and just chop them up.
And you're going to see more of that. And in fact, for every point that Dynasty gets out and they get 5 alive, even if there is 5 alive on the Russians, they're still going to probably play a slow point. Carry an extra pot out. Like even Angel has an extra pot on his back.
And we still no Dave Baines. I haven't seen him since. This is really odd to me.
Maybe he had a really bad day yesterday or something. I don't get it.
I'm not sure. So you got what?
Well, at least they put Justin back in.
Right. They run an X-play, which might be interesting.
They lose Mishka immediately.
Problem with running an X-play, the guy made the snake on break and they didn't shoot him. That kind of defeats the purpose of being in this X.
Oh, look at that. So Justin trying to make a big move on Angel, and Angel just mows him down. But that's what I was talking about. You're going to see a cool snake battle between Angel and Justin. And look at Angel just putting on a clinic over here. Now, you saw Justin get up and yell at the coach, or not yell, but give that whole, like, hey, what's the deal? You know, the arm pump thing? Like, come on, man. So maybe the coach told him to go.
Right, but, this is paintball, and we all know how to play paintball. If you know absolutely for sure that someone's on you, you don't make that move.
Wow, we're getting these confirmed kills in, and it's just a slaughter fest for Dynasty. I mean, like, look at, you got Justin Swartz with 5, Alex Frazee with 5. Fergoza with 4, and that's before that last point. So maybe now
up 2 more there.
Maybe now 7. So there's Dave Baines. It looks like he's getting some pain on his back.
Well, it'll be good to see Dave get in there. I mean, he's a real clutch player, and he's awesome at shooting on breaks, so maybe that'll help him out. They need to quit trying to take this snake side. I mean, they're just getting chopped up every time they run on it. and it seems like they try to go corner every game.
Yeah, well, they're also getting shot trying to get because every time I look up, I see Britnikoff or somebody walking off from in the fingers too.
Right. Nah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they can't. I mean, honestly, at this point, maybe just send him to the little. No, they figured that shot out too. It's almost like Dynasty's figured out every single shot on this side of the snake side of the field.
They absolutely have. I mean, that's exactly what plagued us when we played them. I mean, they adjusted. SK is a phenomenal coach. He's literally a genius of intelligence.
Yeah.
He's just a smart guy in general, not paintball, but overall. And, I mean, he knows how to run the plays. And they just picked us apart on the snake side as well. We couldn't get out, and that's the same thing that's happened to the Russians.
So we got some questions coming in from PB Nation. One of them was, how would I break out on this field? And this was a good point, and I'm trying to bring that information out. But it's like, at this point, I would try to get to the little box behind Snake 1. They're not living in the fingers, and they're dying heading out to the corner. So that box, like Brandon Short was able to make that box a lot, and that's Angel was having a hard time getting out for a little bit too, and then he went to the box. So that's a safe place to go on this field. But still, you got to dive in though, man.
Right. Not only that, maybe they should try and run a snake on break. That lane will be probably high shooting for the corner because they haven't attempted that.
Or maybe throw someone out to shoot the shooters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're just watching Yosh, Davey, and Martinez just destroy people off the break.
And Frazee takes snake on break there.
Yeah, and so Frazee takes the snake off the break.
Perchak tried to go up the middle up to that snake tower and got shot.
Now Alex Frazee into the 50-yard line snake. Looks like Yosh Rao digging out to the back corner on the Dorito side of the field.
Alex
here comes Rabikoff, and Alex. Alex just got a kill cross field, but he trades out with Dave Baines. Oh, and here comes Ryan Greenspan. Justin Rabikoff, though, all the way down onto Dynasty side of the field.
It's a two-on-one.
That's a two-on-two. Wow, look at this. Look at the way this field is spread out now. It's almost like the field switched.
Yeah, this is really weird. And look at Rabikoff and Yosh are running right at each other.
Yeah, they are. They're going right at each other.
See, right now you need to pick on one guy. They're kind of playing one-on-ones on both sides of the field, but it seems like Dynasty now. Greenspan is trying to work with Yosh. Oh, and J-Rab shoots Yosh.
Wow.
So now it's a 2-on-1 against Ryan Greenspan.
Yosh Rao tried to get out on him. Not able to do it, so now it's just Ryan Greenspan. He gets taken out too, so nice job by Matt Blonsky and Justin Rabikoff. And now there's a penalty, though, on Rabikoff?
I don't know. Oh, this is just going to take the wind out of their sails if that's the case. I mean, any shred of hope they had will be gone if this is a penalty here.
Yeah.
Of course, it looks like I see somebody in Dynasty. No, it's somebody in Dynasty's penalty box. Frazee got a penalty. It looks like it was he was the last guy alive, or I don't know. How did that work?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
Cause I see 1 minute on the penalty clock.
On Dynasty's penalty clock.
But I thought Frazee got taken out a while back. It was Yosh and Greenspan were the last two guys alive. So how did he get in the box without any penalty clock starting?
Don't know. Good question. So for Goza, with the 6 confirmed kills he has so far, that puts him in the 30s as far as total confirmed kills for the event.
Yeah, he's just been killing it. I mean, when we had our meeting getting ready to play Dynasty, we said LJ, Angel. We shut those two guys down. I mean, that was our immediate focus, was to take them out of the game, and we thought that would bring our chances up phenomenally.
Well, LJ, he didn't have the tournament over on that side that that he could have, though he's still playing solid, you know.
Right.
And maybe that's just because some other guys are stepping up, so that doesn't have to rest on his shoulders. And I don't want to criticize him too much because LJ's been playing solid over there.
Right.
So yeah, and then you look at LJ's numbers.
Okay, it was Alex Frazee talking penalty. That's what happened.
Okay. So Alex Frazee gets a talking penalty. Got another question coming in from PB Nation. Where do we see paintball in 5 years? That's a good question, actually. Well, I would really like us to see, us to continue to evolve this web show and bring the statistics into it so that we can really start to get a hold on what is tournament paintball sport-wise? Like, where are our levels?
Right.
What if we bring the statistics in? Sky's the limit, really. Not necessarily sky's the limit, but we're going to know, all those things like at baseball. Looks like a timeout has been called. Dynasty calling a timeout, trying to get that momentum back. But just imagine playing baseball, or somebody was like, "Hey, we should probably start counting the times that we get to second base.
Right.
We'll call that a double."
There you go.
They didn't start out with it being a double. It's not like somebody was like, "All right, here's the rules." The game evolved.
Right.
They didn't take I think it was like. I read somewhere that they didn't start taking the sack statistic down in the NFL till like the early 80s or something like that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so I mean, even stuff like that, so that's kind of what we need to do with this game.
Right.
So I would like to see us, kind of buff that side of the sport out a little bit, and just get us through this period in the economy where the manufacturers are and just in general around every car manufacturers, TV manufacturers, everybody's getting clobbered. So I'd like to get us through that period and then start to grow the sport again and focus more on the fundamentals of what really paintball really is.
Right.
That's why I'm excited that PSP is, really gone big on this web show, is because, we're going to try to bring divisional stories in. We want to really get behind and see what the deal is with these teams and the struggles you guys are going through to play this game.
Right. And you can actually absolutely see the improvement on the webcast. I mean, I've been watching it from home when I'm sitting at the hotel room, and man, it's just beautiful. The HD TV looks great. The commentating, the statistics is all coming together. So it's
we're trying as hard as we can, and we got 5 cameras on the field now as opposed to 3 that we had at World Cup.
Right. So
trying to get more angles on that Dorito side of the field and bring that action through. And we're going to try to continue to grow this thing as much as we can. The owners of the league have been very supportive, and they're really into it, man. So it's a really exciting time right now. As we just got to, everyone's got to work as hard as they can to help grow the sport. We've got about 10 seconds left.
It's going to be a 5-on-4, Dynasty in the box. And look, you got Dave Baines in again now, so let's see what happens.
All right, so Angel digging for that back corner, makes it in live. And here comes Justin Rabikoff running and gunning around that corner, trying to get a shot. I'm not sure who shot
Todd. It may have been J-Rab running up to that snake.
Yeah, he may have been. That was a good shot. And then immediately mirroring that move, there comes Britnikoff flying up that side, but he did not see Angel Fergoza. But now Justin Rabikoff getting into snake 2 there.
LJ dying off the Dorito side, so it looks like just now Ryan Greenspan fills up behind Angel. That's just Angel and the snake.
And now Angel's going to get run down.
I don't know why Justin's just not getting him.
He trades out with him right now. Well, he started to go, but then he saw him come up, so he stopped.
Right.
That was a pretty good intuitive little read right there. I mean, Angel ends up trading without with him anyway, but yeah, you're right. Just got to go get him off the field, man. Okay, got another question coming in from PB Nation. How will Philly match up with the Ironmen, and what will each team need to do to win? Well, that's a good question, too. Well, this field is very particular right now. We see that there's a lot of action going on that Dorito side of the field.
Right.
John Richardson has been playing well for the Ironmen over there. Oliver's been playing well. If they need B Short to be able to produce over here on the snake side of the field, they need Oliver to continue to go to different places and make moves. Miko needs to keep shooting people off the break because he's been doing really good at that. And so that's what I think the Ironmen need to do.
I think if B Short can get in the game, I mean, he has not played
like himself
yet. Not
well,
much.
in the beginning of the tournament he did.
Okay, I didn't see those games.
But not today.
No.
I mean, he's not playing bad. He's just not stunting. You know what I'm saying?
And normally he stunts.
Oh, no.
I mean,
normally he's just handling business. We've got a question. Why haven't we seen a lot of teams push hard at the middle field? Actually, the only person I've seen really attack the middle of the field was the Naughty Dogs with Knight and then Oliver on the Ironman.
Right.
Those are the 2 teams that really went up the center, at least on a regular basis.
Right.
But that's just because the sides are so strong.
Exactly.
I think. I mean, it's like it's tough to get out, but the teams still try. They're running out there anyway.
Plus, if you go up the center of the field on here, you have to hope that you shoot a guy off of a corner. And basically nobody's wide on you once you get in that center of the field, because if they're already wide on you, it's such an easy move. It's hard. You just kind of get trapped in there. And not only that, there's such an easy release from that Dorito side tower to go stick him out of there. I mean, you may get in there, but it's an easy clear.
All right, let's see the breakout. Both teams at full strength, and
LJ getting shot out of Dorito 1 on break.
Yeah, Pod flies out of his pack as he starts his dive. He gets shot.
It looks like Johnny might get shot here. Oh, no, he makes it in somehow.
Davey makes it out to the stand-up. I think he might have got bounced.
Yeah, he got bounced.
Here comes Justin, just completely unstoppable.
I don't know why he's trotting around. Doesn't look like he's running very hard.
Oh, wow, he's just feasting. And he finally gets shot.
He's got 2 kills there, so it's now 2-on-4.
You know what he's doing real well is he's seeing the field because he's running with his eyes up looking for the streams.
Right.
And if nobody's shooting at him, he refuses to stop. Wow, look at this. Boston's stealing some of this momentum back.
Just like we were talking about, if there's a team that can do it, it is Red Legion. And Dave Baines now is playing every point after we were wondering why he wasn't in there.
And they're putting Justin in, too.
Yep. Well, Justin's proved himself all tournament. He should be in there every point.
Referee's checking Mishka out right now.
So what happened with Bart, Matty? It's weird not to see him on the Russians because Bart, I mean, has just been putting in years of great snake play for them.
Oh, well, and Bart's a phenomenal player. He's one of the greatest snake players. Bart really, he's still going to be he's still a paintball player. He's going to play in Europe with the Bullets, I believe.
Okay.
He's going to be helping me with Transcend. TranscendPaintball.net. Check that out. We're going to be going live here with a bunch of stuff in a couple weeks. And finally getting that going. I'm glad I got Chris Dilton on that, too.
Right.
Just took a while to get things going because, you know, there's not a lot of money out there. So it's, I mean, I would love to just throw $100,000 at it, or even $10,000 at it.
Right.
But anyway, so he's going to be helping me with that. And he's going to be playing in Canada. And he's going to be traveling a lot, doing clinics down in South America and Asia. I mean, he's kind of really wants to, I mean, not that he hasn't been traveling already, but he's just going to kind of transition his paintball to career. You know, just like there's different types of surfers, different types of skaters, different kinds of motocross guys that ride, you know, in Baja for 500 miles, guys that do the flips, guys that race during the races, you know. I mean, there's different types of paintball players now, too, you know. So, again, our sport is evolving, and you got guys like Bart trying to push it to, you know, on that level as well. So.
Okay.
So that's what he's up to.
Very good.
And shout out to him if he's out there listening. His brother's still out there playing pretty good, man. Right. You know, it's exciting to see Matt Blonsky play because he's always been like a solid guy, but now the past couple years he's evolved his game. You know, he's stepped his game up. All right, so we got about 15 seconds to go.
You got Dave Baines again on the field, Matt Blonsky. This is like the same line they just ran.
Mm-hmm.
Which is probably a smart move. These guys have won a couple points in a row. Let's see if Mishka can make it out.
Rabikov's got 7 confirmed kills this game. Everyone else is like 1 or 2, 3 on this team.
Frazier just running and gunning with 3 guns on him on break to that corner and not getting hit. I don't know how that happened.
Rabikov getting shot now out of that little cube behind Snake 1.
And that's going to prove really tough with Alex in that corner. He's just going to own that whole Snake side.
Alex is doing good against Rab, man, for sure. Because every time Alex goes in, he's shot Rabikov.
Yep. And now Johnny making the good move into the Snake.
Oh, look at that. Matt getting shot in the leg, trying to get out, too.
Yeah, Frazier's just sitting there wrapped on that Snake side. And that's what they've been doing well. Shooting a guy off the Snake, getting wide, and then just holding him out.
So now Dynasty going to be 1 point away from the victory, or not for the victory in this game, but they're going to take 3rd place. In case you guys just tuned in, you're watching Dynasty take on Boston Red Legion, and Dynasty's been handling Boston pretty much so far this entire game. As far as the Russians go, they finally started to get back in it a little bit, but it's, you know, might be that the old adage of a little bit too little, too late.
Right.
Yeah, I got Colt Roberts up here with me from X Factor. Had an unfortunate last game and started a little bit too little, too late. You know, because that first match you guys had. But you know, you guys got a lot of talent on that team, and you know, I'm sure you guys are going to be in the winner's circle here sometime during this year.
We hope so. We're gonna go back and train hard. Maybe get the Ironman out for a practice or 2, and
that would be good. Yeah, that's the thing though. You got it. I mean, that's I think one of the reasons that, you know, the Dynasty and the Ironman or even Aftermath too, is that they've been able to play against each other in this offseason.
Well, they're fortunate all to live within 100 miles of each other. Yeah. So I mean, they can practice 2 top-level pro teams any weekend.
Yeah.
And when with us, I mean, closest pro team to us would probably be in the Midwest, Chicago Aftershock, and that's still you know,
all the way up from the country.
Exactly.
Yeah, you guys are in San Antonio and Austin. So. Yeah, and then right after this, directly after this match, which is deciding 3rd place, and it's looking like, you know, Dynasty's got a really good chance of winning because they're 1 point away. Right after this, we have a rematch of the World Cup Finals where the Philadelphia Americans are going to be playing the LA Ironmen. LA Ironmen won the World Championship last October at Disney's Wild World of Sports for the 2nd year in a row.
Right.
And All-Americans, they got 2 second places last year, so they're looking to really kind of come out hard. Like I said before, I saw Jay Trojan in there, and I talked to Tim Montrusser earlier, and he was just like, you know, tired of taking 2nd place, man. Right. And I was like, you guys remind me when we were on Access and we took like 5 second places in a row. And just like, you know, we're basically just on the precipice of that win. It's just that intangible trying to take it from that other team that's already on top.
Exactly. I guess it's do or die time for Boston. They got to win 4 consecutive points to take this match.
All right, let's see the breakout. This could be the breakout that gets Dynasty 3rd place. We will see. The Russians have been having a hard time of living out there. And they got a little crazy with Blonsky and
what's going on.
Rabikov. I don't know what's going on, but Blonsky getting taken out. And Rabikov getting destroyed by Angel Fergoza, or I think that might have been Alex. Might have been Alex that may be wrapping around in that center temple because they haven't gone to that spot much. And now they're just, Dynasty is just feasting over here.
It's 5-on-1.
And that's going to do it. So congratulations to Team Dynasty. Going to be taking third place. Little fist bump there by Ryan Greenspan and Alex Frazier. Angel taking a little seat on the snake. It's like, I did my work. My work here is done. I'll take a third place. It's not as good as first and second, but.
Well, they were playing well enough to have been playing on the championship, that's for sure.
I got some questions coming in. What players have had a breakout tourney? Honestly,
Rabikov. Absolutely.
Yeah, the questions coming in from PB Nation. Basically, we like to thank the nation as always for being supportive. What players have breakout tourney? Basically, the only player I can really think that I would say sticks in my mind. I mean, other than the guys that traditionally play well.
Right.
Not that Rab doesn't traditionally play well.
No, but he's new on the circuit.
But he's new on the circuit at the level of play we're at now.
Right.
And he's always just kind of been okay. He's good. He looks good. He kills some guys. But, man, he's really stepped up. So I'd say Justin Rabikov, remember that name. As a divisional player, what do you need to do to help progress to the next level? Again, this question's coming from PB Nation. We've actually broached that subject a lot this weekend, and we actually had a great interview with Greg Pauly about what you need to do in order to get up to that next level. And basically, it's like you got to find a home, and you have to contribute to that home. You don't want to be one of those guys that's a leech. You come in, hey, what can I get for free, bro? What's the hookup? You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you're a divisional player, you shouldn't even be asking that question. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I mean, if you're already an established name and you go, everyone knows your name, then okay, maybe you're going to get some free stuff, But if you're coming up the ranks, you're like a D3 player, you need to find, getting the free stuff helps you play more, and that's awesome, but that comes with linking yourself up with a good program.
It's funny that you say that, and I mean, I was just thinking about this the other day. I look at the pro teams, and I've been playing against these same guys, plus or minus a handful of them, for the past 3-4 years. Where's the new talent coming up? And I think it has a lot to do with the attitude. I just want the free stuff, and you don't put in the work. When I started playing, you played hard to get the free stuff. I mean, you didn't just get it. I'm playing rookie, novice, amateur. We paid for our flights when I was playing amateur, and we were winning tournaments,
Yeah, exactly.
And nowadays, they think they should get a free ride just because they come to a tournament. It's like, you got to perform. You got to do something.
Yeah, and especially in today's day and age with the sponsorship, and that's another thing about sponsorship is that sponsorship is tough to get for pro teams right now.
Absolutely.
Let alone Division III teams.
Right.
So that's what I was saying earlier. It's about we got to think positive and creatively about how, if you're a divisional team, how you can make money for your program, so you guys can come to these events. Throw tournaments.
Clinics.
Tournaments. Teach clinics if you can. Whatever you can do to help build up your program so that you can come out here, and that's basically, if you're a divisional player, try to find a home, go to your local, and always try to play somebody better than you. If you are a divisional team and you want to move your divisional team up the ranks, call up your local pro team. Travel to play a pro team. Make that an adventure. Hey guys, let's make a road trip. We'll go and get a couple games against whoever your local pro team is.
Right.
And I mean, a lot of the best teams out there are basically like for instance, the Wrecking Crew from Velocity Wrecking Crew from San Diego. They play against the Ironman, so that's going to make them better. I mean, how do you think Aftermath got to be good?
Yeah,
Aftermath got to be good because Hinman was on Dynasty, started his team, and was like, we're playing Dynasty.
Right.
And Dynasty needed a good group of guys that they could scrimmage against a good game. Let's listen in real quick before we get to our pro final. Again, we got the rematch of the World Cup coming up. While we're on the subject, let's listen in to Mike Hinman and Greg Pauly talking about the exact divisional struggle we're talking about right now.
I'm Mike Greenan. I'm from New Jersey. We're based off of MPPL. We just came over to Expo this season. I'd like to talk to the factory. It means everything. It's my life. It's all I do. I really have no life besides paintball. That's all I do. I just do it for the love of the game. Ever since I played, I picked up a pump at Walmart one time. I just loved it ever since. I've been playing for 6 years now. We just switched over to Xbox. It's really crazy for us.
Just the rush of it. There's nothing like it. And you get to have a great time with your friends. You get to do whatever you want. Just party, have a good time. Represent your sponsors properly. Play the sport without cursing, cheating. Just to help out the team and the sport to grow bigger. Plus, it's just a great time. You get to go out with your friends, get a close bond with friends forever. I mean, like, I talked to guys I played 3 years ago with that were still close. We can pick up a conversation whenever. They're friends forever. And you get to meet great people from all around the country, everywhere, even other countries. There's no other sport like it.
It's probably the best sport out. I mean, I like how it combines individual and team skill at the same time. Not only do you get to work with your friends, but kind of like the movie, you need to be a hero for a day. I mean, you can make or break the game, and on top of that, just playing with your friends. I think it's the best part about it. It's a brotherhood. I mean, it really shows friendship and trustworthy and how you build a relationship with people. I mean, it really does go back to working and things like that. I mean, real life skills that you need, you can learn from paintball. I mean, communication, friendship, anything you can really do in paintball, you can take back to the real world.
Well, the guys know it. I'm just along for the ride. I own the field in New Jersey, and they're a great bunch of guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here with them.
Nice. You help them support them out and sponsor them?
Oh yeah, I know nothing about paintball. I'm the business end, and it's great guys to be with.
Why do you sponsor teams? Like, why are you helping these guys
Look
out?
at them. They're a great bunch of guys. Most of them work for me, and they just try their hardest. To give 110% when they go out there. And as far as fairness, they're ideal guys. They're out there for the sport to help it keep going.
It's my life. This is what I do 24 hours a day. I mean, I dream about paintball when I go to sleep. So, I mean, literally, this is what I do. I work in the industry. I run a website, dspaintball.com. I run the store. I run the teams. MPG is a paintball field. Run that. I do tournaments. I mean, this is it. This is what I do every day of my life. I don't take a day off from paintball. This is it.
So yeah, that was actually a little piece about, basically we went around and we asked some divisional players, what does paintball mean to you? Why do you play the game? We do have, and that was Greg Pauly at the end. We did another piece earlier about what Mike Himon and Greg Pauly's opinions were about kind of the state of the divisional grind, sort of. But yeah, I mean that's what paintball is. It's a really fun thing, and it teaches you lessons that you can use for everything. Regardless of what it is that you need to do in your life. So we got about 15 minutes. Before the start of this next game, I'm going to get Alex Frazee up here. But before I go run off and grab him, I want to just kind of pick your brain a little bit on this matchup coming up here.
Sure.
And then we got another question coming in from, or two more questions coming in from PB Nation. Opinions on the rules changes and how do we think that affects the game? What do you think about the rule changes?
Lowering the BPS hasn't really been a factor to anybody. We don't even notice that. But the biggest thing is the race to 7.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's a race to 7, it's like, you have to come out strong and play strong the whole game. You can't, let them get ahead of you and then adjust. So I think that's why you're seeing the Russians struggle a little bit, is because they were able to go out there and lose 5-6 points and then come back and tie a game up.
Yeah.
And now they can't do that. They get in a hole, and you saw them start to dig out, but then they lose 1 point, and now they're at game point.
Yeah, it's like you got to be on right away.
Absolutely.
And another thing that's tough, too, is that, like you looked at Tampa Bay damage. So with taking it down to 8, and that's, something that allows the, basically it's like you should be able to run at every point, you know what I'm saying, because we're all athletes out there.
Sure.
But it's tough for like a team like Tampa because they lost Rittinghouse. Actually, Rittinghouse sacked up and played with a cracked rib. So that's definitely some man stuff that I'll commend him for, absolutely. But then they also lost El Yusuf, one of the best snake players, after already losing Brian Smith earlier on in the year to that hand injury. I don't know if you saw Brian Smith.
Yeah.
But then they lost El Yusuf to a strained hamstring or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but some massive, decent leg injury. He's walking around with crutches. And then they have 6 guys.
Right. And Brian Smith is one of those guys that, a lot of people probably haven't heard of him, but he has been killing for years. And he is just a beast out there. He really is. He's one of those dudes that'll go out there and get 3-4 kills a game.
Oh, absolutely.
He's just ridiculous. So.
And then another question coming in from PB Nation. Thoughts on excessive playing semi-pro? They wanted to play pro, but then I don't know, it didn't work out for some reason. I can't remember the exact story, but then they decided to play semi-pro. But I think that's a smart move because they won this. They won this, and people might be like, "Oh, excessive sandbagging in the semi-pro division." Every guy on that team except for Thomas Taylor and maybe Junior Brown because he played for Nexus and Rich Telford are technically semi-pro players. I mean, yeah, they did play in the other league last year, but it didn't really do that well.
No.
And those guys are semi-pro guys that Rich just brought up. There's all local guys too, all NorCal local guys that are down to grind and. I think it's a good move for them because now they can learn how to win and then bump up to pro and be primed to go. Like remember how like I was talking to Archie about the history of X Factor, and you played for other teams, or around about your Texas local guy though. But But the team got together because they were all the 5-man guys that were beating each other up on the local circuit, and they're like, hey, we should join forces.
Right.
And then they make X Factor. They go from D3, they win the championship that year. Then they bump to D1, big bump, win the championship that year. Then they go pro.
Right.
You know, so it's like you got to learn how to win. So it is a name that's been around for a while, Excessive, but the guys on the team are fresh, man.
Right.
You know, so those are my thoughts on Excessive playing pro, and I'm proud that they won, man. It's good to see those guys succeeding because they're trying hard. Like Rich grinds the hell out of those kids.
Right. Yeah, they're a good team, and like you said, you know, they only have 3 veterans on that team. The rest of the guys, you know, I couldn't probably name 2 of them.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a good thing that they played semi-pro. I agree with you there. If they come up to the pro, it'd probably been a rough ride. Most of those guys are probably new to X-Ball. They played 7-man last year. This is a totally different game. Come in and play against, you know, the Russians, Dynasty, Ironman. It would be a discouraging year, you know what I mean? And then they may not want to play X-Ball anymore. So
Yeah.
I think it was a good thing that they went semi-pro.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we got just a little bit of time here coming up before the start of this next match, and again, this is it. This is the final. We're here at the live at the PSP Open here in Phoenix, first event of the year. Ironman tried to defend their title against Philadelphia Americans. I'll tell you what, man, Philadelphia, they're primed, and they definitely want to win an event for sure.
I keep trying to dismiss them. I mean, every time I see them, I'm like, you know, well, Philly, you know, they're okay, but man, they have been playing solid the past 2 years. But like you said, they've been getting seconds.
Yes.
And everybody forgets the second place guy.
Yeah,
they've been
no one
right there.
remembers.
No one remembers that.
Yeah.
But they have been right there several times. And,
Yeah.
and I mean, they are strong. They are playing
It's going to be
great.
a brutal game. I can't wait to see it.
Absolutely. It's going to be excellent.